is someone saying in chat, TLF is attacking. By the time I reacted to what was happening, you know, this battle here at Ung's was just ending, and I couldn't get there in time. They were calling another one. You can see my reinforcements are on. That red line just disappeared because they canceled it. I assume because they're scared of our reinforcements. You do get a lot of loss if you reinforce, or if you're up against reinforcements. TFF doesn't attack us, but TLF is their, you know, sister, and they've hit us a couple of different times. So that's exciting. I was thinking that, you know, it's been a while since we've been attacked. I was just gonna log on and do another kind of gossip. Another kind of gossip post. Sorry, my attention is a little bit divided right now, trying to keep an eye out for if they're going to come back. But yeah, that's too bad. We haven't been attacked for a while. I assume that, you know, Ung being a pretty strong plunderer, probably had a pretty good hoard of resources there. Let's check the battle log. BranStark. A lot of TLF I've noticed has Game of Thrones names. I guess actually that's just this game in general. Let me see. Are they close to being around here? Should have followed his red line to see where he was. It looked like they were coming from this direction. Not sure what time zone most of TLF is. I know the TFF leader is in Canada. So, you know, it would be nighttime for him here. I think most of the players on this server are in Europe though. So I don't know if they are getting up early to hit. So this is TLF headquarters. Let me see. Probably what I will just do is find BranStark and bookmark him. Because I think they had about 3 people in their rally. If we hit back and all 3 people reinforce, then that's bad news for us. I'm just going to tell that. Later when they be as active and when Val and Ung are online. So let's just try to find where this BranStark is. But yeah, so far Realm 3 has been open now for, I guess, coming up on 24 hours. A lot of people left to go to Realm 3, I think, from both Server 1 and here, I assume. I haven't checked the situation on Server 1. I'll have to ask some of my members who still play Server 1 about that. But definitely, you know, we had one member who, she was kind of a prominent leader of another alliance here called IMG, Imperial Garden. And then she lost her account. So rather than, restarting her alliance, she joined here. But she kept herself small. And because there is a limit for when you can go to another, or for how high you can be before you go to another server, you can't be above castle level 5, and you can't have above 2 million resources. So she kind of hung out at level 5. And then after that, when she was ready to move, she just let us hit her to take out all her resources. Got about 2 million resources from her each. I don't see BranStark here anywhere. I know he must be around here though. I'm gonna hit some monsters while I look. But maybe not look for monsters super far away in case I need to come back. So yeah, also actually too, you can see our territory got a lot bigger. That's because we did finally emerge with WoW. You can see there's still some WoW people here spread out. I don't know if these are people that went inactive, or they don't like us. They're waiting for a better offer maybe. I know that there's at least one member from WoW. It was pretty funny actually. So I sent out an email announcing that we were merging. Oh, they have this little cat as their flag. I never noticed that before. But yeah, so actually, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the WoW flag this morning when, so Bobo and I were kind of online together, messaging back and forth, so she could kind of take down a flag and then I could stake one at the same time, just to make sure that like we got all these resources claimed before anyone else could get to them. Because we are pushed up right against TFF. So in theory, if TFF had been online while I was trying to take this land from WoW, then the second that Bobo took a flag down, like over here, for example, they could have just put one. So we had to be there online at the same time to make sure that TFF stayed cut off. If they want to move into any of this land now, they have to burn these flags. These are flags that we don't need. So Bobo and I just decided to just leave them there, especially too because I burned through all my gems and all of our alliance points planting the flags that I did plant. So you need to save up a little bit more before we go around removing more flags right now. But anyway, yeah, so let me go back. From August, what the fuck? They're scouting again. So they're scouting all over. Good thing is I can follow these scout lines. Oh my god, he's level 19. Okay. Well, let's bookmark him. So that's why you can send 4 scouts at once. Just wait and see what he does. Not gonna hit any more monsters because I don't want my troops to be out. I do usually tell all my members to keep their resources low. Lately, I haven't been as strict about that just because we're starting to get to a point where you can't really keep your resources low if you want to grow. I mean, the thing is, I never really feel bad for people who are under, say, level 12 that get hit all the time. You know, if someone is just bullying you and killing your troops every day so you can't even do anything because you're always healing your troops, I mean, that's mean. I agree with that. But if people are plundering your resources every day and you're saying you can't grow because they always steal your resources, I mean, that's your fault, because if you're under level 12 or so, you literally have no reason to basically ever go above your depot level. I think even castle upgrades up to that point only cost depot level at most. I mean, maybe level 12 itself costs about 1 million, whereas your depot will only be at 400,000 that day. But I mean, you can get to 1 million in one day of you going around looking for good plunder targets, just hitting dead castles over and over every few hours. Opening, if you've kept up and always hit all your monsters and use up all your stamina, you know, that's a great time to open crates, is when you want to upgrade right away without sitting on stuff over your resource level. But once you start to get past level, say, 13, so for example, I just started my level 15 upgrade. That cost me about 4 million. So that would not really have been a safe amount to save up if I was saving up like 1 million a day. And then that would have been a whole day sitting at 3 million before I got the final amount I needed to upgrade, for example. And so I've kind of stopped telling my guys, oh, stop saving resources, mostly because they're smart enough now not to hang out over too much unless they need it. So someone like Ung getting hit, that really sucks, because he actually is, I think, you know, a really strong, smart player. If anybody was going to save up and feel safe, normally I would say that it would be him. I mean, probably the people that I'm not really worried about them saving up would be him. And then probably Llama over here. I try not to save up just because, you know, I don't know. I don't want to draw myself as a target to the leader, because I already am a target by being the leader, you know? And like, I don't want my troops to be down and wounded when my people get hit, because I think that I should be protecting them first, and not the other way around. At least that's kind of what I go for. You know, I don't put too much priority on my own upgrades. I try to mostly make sure that there's always enough resources for my members instead. Oh, and I hate that feeling when you notice that like you've been on for 10 minutes and like not doing any upgrades. Just like that golden hammer sitting there idle is just the worst feeling. So I'm gonna put this for a few more hours to make. I'm not gonna do a full golem recruitment because I want to make sure that I'm gonna be on in time to collect it. That way I can start another one before the next time I go off for a while. So you'll notice that like I still, because of the resource risk, I still try not to collect my crest rewards. Even these like daily event rewards. It's not loading. Guess I'll finish sitting on my recruitment first. Did my connection time out? But like even those daily crest rewards, I will leave every day until like, oh, I don't have enough. If I don't have enough suddenly to recruit soldiers, then I'll collect them. Actually, I'm not going to collect that right now because I have plenty of resources to keep going. So let's take another look at this BranStark. So the fact that his castle level is so high, so fast, makes me think that he probably used a strategy that kind of blows what I was about to say out of the water. I was thinking that, you know, he just prioritized upgrading his castle. So that's actually like a strategy that one of my friends who plays Clash of Kings uses. You know, she's a really good player. She's like been the queen of Clash of Queens before. And so her strategy is when you start a new account, you don't recruit soldiers. You just like upgrade your castle as fast as possible, because you can't really recruit really good soldiers when you're at a lower level anyway. So that's actually, I assume that's why this guy is at level 19, is because 19 is when you unlock tier 7, I think. So a lot of people early on rush to tier 16. That's because that's when you get, to castle level 16. That's because that's when you get T6 soldiers. And so then this guy just took it another step and is probably working with an army of all 6s and 7s. So I don't actually know how effectively we would be able to hit him back. Especially when he's got a battle fog. So this is what this fog around his castle means, is that we can't scout him. We could still attack him, but we can't scout him. I wonder if this is him. Looks like it's too slow to show me who it is. Yeah, it's not loading the name. May have to check. Ned Stark. Yeah, I don't know what this family of Starks, what is going on with it. But anyway, it seems like he's not. I'm gonna keep hanging out online for a few minutes to see what he does. It seems like he's not going to attack again. But I don't know. He waited a few minutes in between hitting and then doing those next 4 scouts, so he might just be waiting until he thinks that we're offline. So I'm not going to hit any monsters. I want my troops here. I also want him to think that I'm not active. If he does attack again, then what I will do is I will just send my troops to reinforce. I don't have any gems left to speed up, unfortunately, but I will try to get to reinforce there, at least join in the middle of the battle. Because if he sends a full army of 6s and 7s, it will be really hard for us to reinforce against him effectively, but we can at least kill more of his troops. I also doubt, even though he is at level 19, he probably doesn't have a full army yet, just because it takes so much time to recruit soldiers. But he obviously does have a strong one. That's what I was going to say before. So he clearly has not only focused on upgrading his castle, because he does have still 1 million power, which is more than twice as much as me. So I definitely can't say that he has not been recruiting. Alright, so I guess I'll end this video here, because I think I really need to just focus on keeping an eye on things for now. And hope that TLF comes again.